In December 2025, Beth and I finally completed the sale of our house and moved full-time into our motorhome. From the start, we knew our situation would be a little bit different to most people living on the road. I still work full-time in a fixed location, while Beth stepped away from full-time employment to spend more time helping care for our disabled grandson Noah. She also takes care of everything that goes into the Hills Explore, from editing the videos to managing our social media. Before making the move, we found a secure base to return to between trips, but our aim was always to find a balance between everyday life and continuing to explore the UK. So 6 months on, what does that actually look like? In this video, we're sharing a typical week of our lives, the good bits,
we have a new motorhome,
the frustrating bits,
and so the road's supposed to be shut,
and everything in between. It's a look at the reality behind the videos and social media posts and what full-time motorhome life really looks like for us 6 months on.
Riki was working both Saturday and Sunday, but on Saturday afternoon he met me at Go Outdoors to pick up some new bags for an upcoming holiday. More on that later. That evening, Noah stayed over with us in the motorhome. On Sunday morning, with Riki being back at work, I looked after Noah until his dad came and got him. The rest of the afternoon I spent packing my new bag before finishing the weekend off by making a quick omelette for tea. I'm just packing up, ready to go over to our daughter and son-in-law's house. It's Monday. I'll take you with us over to do my washing, because Monday is washing day. Also take all my cloths over for a good wash in the washing machine once a week. I sanitise it during the week using a couple of Milton tablets. It's raining on and off and I need to do the toilet cassette really. Can we get another day out of it? I reckon we can, because I'm not getting wet. One of the challenges that they're supposed to be doing roadworks on the road outside of our CL today, and so the road's supposed to be shut. Getting out could be a challenge. Well, so far the road's not been closed. If I get right to the end and they shut it at that end, I'll be fuming. My car has also turned into a bit of a secondary storage area, so it's absolutely rammed at the moment, as you can see. I've got my summer clothes in here that I brought from my mum's house where I store them, so I could sort through and work out what I wanted to take, because we've got a very exciting long haul holiday coming up soon. So the rest of the clothes are now back in here, ready for me to sort, repack and fold, and then take back to my mum's next time I go, but back in storage. These are the downsides of living in a small space. Talking of living in a small space, some of the other stuff I've got in here is for another exciting development that's coming up, which, fingers crossed, we should be able to start talking about on Thursday this week. So that isn't going to be boring. That is going to be worth sticking around for. Now, people might wonder why we need 2 cars and a motorhome, because you can't drive 3 vehicles at once, which is very true. However, this is the reason why. So the van's parked up there. Riki's gone to work in his little green, I think it's yellow, his little green lean machine, electric machine. But then I need the car so that I can go and nip and do chores, do the washing. I can't get the motorhome into where our daughter and son-in-law live. So this is great for me. I can just go to the shops. I can take Noah out. We've got a car seat in the back that permanently stays in here, so I can always take Noah anywhere or pick him up or do whatever. So it just gives us the freedom. So we've got the best of all worlds as far as we're concerned. It's not for everyone. I completely get that, but for us, this is working. So the full plan today is I go over, help out, and feed Noah. It's 12 o'clock feed, whilst Christy and Ashley pack the last things for their holiday, and then I get to say goodbye and spend a bit of time with Noah. They get to pack with someone looking after Noah, so it's a win-win. And then I get to hog their washing machine this afternoon, and then after that Riki is taking me out for dinner. I'm here, got my washing, got my coffee, I brought my lunch with me, and now I get to go and cuddle Noah. Grandma's gonna miss you. And that's your spending money from Grandma and Grandad. You're going to buy something nice. Yay! Good boy. Whilst I'm waiting for the washing to finish, just doing a bit of editing prep. Several hours later, 4 loads of washing later, and I'm just about done, and Ricky's going to pop over in a minute now he's finished work, and we're going to head out for dinner. Date night.
Pardon?
Date night.
Oh, it's not, is it?
Oh, why is it not date night? It's just night.
Night.
A night. Riki was also working on Tuesday, and I had a day in the van cleaning, tidying, packing away and getting everything ready for later in the week. And that night I went out and met some of my old workmates for dinner. On Wednesday I headed down to the New Forest to meet Christy, Ashley and Noah, who were enjoying a week away in a caravan. We were also joined by 2 of my nieces and my 2 grandnephews for a family get-together. I've had a lovely day out with the family, spent loads of time playing with the kids, had a lovely cuddle with Noah, and we've just had a really nice dinner. But it's now time to head back to Swindon, and I've got to get the shopping for the weekend on the way as well. And it's now 10 to 8, so I've got a 2-hour journey ahead. I need to get to the shops before they shut, so I think I probably should stop talking and get on with it.
We have made it to Thursday, and that means 3 things. Firstly, day off work, thank you very much. Secondly, if you've been watching our vlogs recently, you'll know we've been toying with the idea of changing the motorhome. Let's just say that could be concluded today. I think I've got Dora on board and a deal might be done this morning. Stay tuned to next Sunday to find out if that's indeed what happens. And the third thing, which we're also super excited about, is it's the Newark show, the Newark Warner show this weekend. So we're going to be heading off there, hopefully around about midday. But look at it, the weather hasn't been kind. It's awful, it's flipping miserable. In fact, this is the best it's been all morning. So I'm going to get sorted out, get everything packed away, and we're going to hit the road.
British summertime. Don't you just love it?
But forget the weather, it's an exciting day.
Yes. Have you got your wallet?
I thought you were paying.
Oh yeah, that's not right.
We've arrived.
I've just parked our current motorhome next to it. I'm going to get out and go and have a look just to see. Look, I know it's not all about size, and I'm the first to promote that.
It's quite important.
But I do think there's quite a size difference. I am excited to start a bit of a project. We've got things we want to do. That's always exciting.
A little while later.
The deal has been done. We have a new motorhome. This is the beast. So for the first time, let's start her up.
After dropping off our new motorhome at Secure Storage, we headed up to the East Midlands Motorhome and Campervan show at the Newark Showground.
We've arrived in Newark, and finally the rain has stopped. Still windy though, look at the flags up there, but we're here, and we've both been poorly this week. I had a cold earlier in the week. I think very kindly I've passed it on to Dora now. So she's just to knock up a quick and simple, or a quimple as I like to call it, tea. And I think we're going to call it a night, so we'll see you tomorrow. It's officially day 1 of the show, and it's open. And I don't want to speak too soon, but it hasn't rained yet. It is windy, I hope you can hear me, but it's not rained. So we're on to a winner. I'm going to dive in and have a quick look round. Now, I'm sure most of you guys have been to a Warner's show before, so I'm not going to go into a full in-depth review of a Warner's show, but what I am going to do is just give you a bit of a brief overview of what today looks like for us. Dora's in the van editing, by the way, and yeah, what you can find if you do come to a Warner show. If you haven't been, I highly recommend you come to one, but we'll go into that in a bit.
Yeah, but that's a lot easier than putting it down.
Now, the first thing that's of interest, and I need to tell you about, is there are plenty of refreshments, teas, coffees, whatever you want, available, dotted around, so you're not going to go thirsty, and that's important. Now, I haven't even got in yet, and I've bumped into these pair of Muppets. These guys, if you look at that van in the background, you can probably just see the puncture control. Now, we do recommend, despite this fella, we do recommend this product. Are you busy?
Very busy this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the tyre sealant now, and I've got an air ride book in, and then see what else comes through the weekend.
Yeah, so if you don't know what it is, basically, you tell them what it is.
So what we do is we inject tyre sealant inside your tyre. That naturally coats your tyre because your tyre's porous, being rubber. So we inject the sealant, that coats your tyre, stops it being porous, maintains the pressure better. And 30% of that residue sits in the tyre. Should you pick up a puncture, that's slime's basically inside your tyre, ready to go inside the hole, into the seal, permanent seal. So it means you ain't going to get a blowout. If there is a bigger bolt that goes through your tyre, then it's likely to slow the puncture down to stop you tearing apart your wheel, tearing apart your vehicle. Makes everything a lot more safer.
And it is fantastic value, by the way. Are you a new recruit?
Yes, I am.
You have to work with him.
Yep.
My condolences. I do feel sorry for you. Have a good weekend.
And you, have a lovely
See you. So those guys were from the Oko puncture control, and like he said, it's essentially a chemical or a substance they put in your tyre, and it just stops you getting a puncture. But it does other benefits, like it improves your braking, holds the tyre pressure better, which gives you better wear and tear. So that is one of the products we highly recommend. So just coincidence I bumped into them. But anyway, we're now in the first section of the show, which is 2 or 3 lanes of retail. So these guys are the experts. Oh, it is windy, look. Oh, actually, an opportunity for a bit of tree cam, you tree lovers. And you can normally pick up a bargain or two down here, so this is a really, really good part of the show. Look, here he goes, look, battery pressure washer. Now down here, you're not just into motorhome products, you do have food as well, along with mattresses and bedding, and literally all sorts. And of course, coffee. So that's the essentials covered. Another stand I've just come across is Vanguardian. This is something else that we talk about. A great product. If you haven't heard of Vanguardian, either come to a Warner show or look them up. Definitely gets our seal of approval, that's for sure. And we've got that on our van and we love it. It's a little bit early in the day yet, but behind me we have the food area. There's always a great selection of food and drinks available. If you just want to sit down for 20 minutes, take the weight off and grab yourself a coffee. Now, if you're not quite at the accessories stage just yet because you haven't bought your van, one thing the Warner shows is also fantastic for is being able to look around the vast array of layouts and setups that all these vans have to offer. And there are loads of dealerships here, always happy for you to have a good climb around the vehicle you're interested in, give you all the advice, and of course they'll even do you a deal and sell it to you. So it really is a one-stop shop. And I actually remember that when we bought our very first motorhome, we bought it and went to the Shepton Mallet show and literally filled it up. Well, I say we. Dora literally filled it up with all the essentials that we mostly didn't need. But we did get a few gems in there, and then off we went on our very first trip. So they are a fantastic show for that reason as well. So it's got everything really, it really has. And I've just seen someone who wants to talk to me, so I better crack on. One of the hidden gems here at the Warner shows is the Advice Centre, or the Knowledge Hub as it's also known. These are cracking venues on all the, well, actually most of the Warner shows, where talks go on throughout the whole weekend. One of my favourites, I've got to tell you, is the Upgrades and Gadgets talk done by me and Darran from the Urban Motorhome.
Well, I better use the clicker, and I give you. We've got this big screen here, so I might as well use it. So
And we talk about lots of the upgrades and gadgets and things that you can actually buy at the show, and we don't talk about them because they're at the show. We talk about them because we have them, we use them, and they almost get our recommendation kind of thing. But they are available at the show, so if you kind of come to the talk and you like what you hear, think it's something that might interest you, you can then pop along to the stand, talk to the experts on the stand, maybe do a deal. But the advice hub is great. There's also talks on travel, on all things really, earning money on the road, full-time living, you name it, there's talks on it. So yeah, really educational and really good fun. So if you are coming to a Warner show, make sure you find out where the advice centre is and look at the timetable, because there's bound to be a talk that interests you. So that is the Warner show in a nutshell, and that's my day today. And don't forget, if you want to find out what we spent all our money on, tune in next Sunday when we will reveal, oh, that doesn't sound right, does it? We won't be revealing all unless things take a turn. We'll be telling you what we bought, if we bought anything, of course. And if you want to have a guess, Dora has put a few teasers out on the socials. If you want to have a guess at what we bought, please drop it in the comments and find out if you're right next week. We'll see you then. The deal has been done. Oh, I was going to show you the keys. They're your car keys. This is the beast. But you're going to have to wait, because we're not going to show it to you now. That's for later. We need to go. We're stuck on their forecourt.
Watch next week's video, 8 o'clock on Sunday.
See you next week.